Alright, so since the recap of the 295 pay-per-view, I told you guys next up we'd be looking at some stat changes. It's been a while. It's been a good amount of time since the last time we did one of these. It must have been since back like UFC 293 the last time we did one of these. So just a forewarning, not too many people present in the game actually fought at UFC 295. I think the most we have is 6, and we're going to cover each of those. We've got both fighters in the main event, both fighters in the co-main event, and then Jessica Andrade and Mackenzie Dern as well. We'll start things off by looking at Jessica Andrade's stats here. So when we take a look at her striking stats, I think mostly everything looks decent. The one thing I would buff up a little bit is gonna be her footwork, which is currently set at a 90. Against Mackenzie Dern, she finally got over the hump of cutting off opponents with her footwork instead of just following them around almost like she's on a string. She had a really bad habit of doing that for a long time in her career. It seems like she's finally gotten over that. So we'll bump up that footwork by 1, sit it at a 91. We take a look at the rest of her stand-up stats: punch power, punch speed, accuracy, blocking, head movement, all look decent enough. Takedown defense still looks solid. Chin stat, recovery, all that still looks decent. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna keep Jessica Andrade at. We move over to Mackenzie Dern. I hate to do it. Mackenzie Dern isn't a great pick in this game already, but she probably needs a few nerfs. First of all, that 93 accuracy's got to go down probably by 2 points. We'll set that down to 91. Definitely head movement as well. We'll drop that by 1 down to a 90. Footwork, we got to drop that as well. 91 for that, I would say. -1 for footwork. Everything else is looking mostly fine. I don't think I'd change much else with Mackenzie Dern in the striking. We'll go ahead and move on to her health. That 93 chin is going to go down, unfortunately. I'll probably only drop it by 1. She got hit by like the biggest puncher in the division other than the champion, so we'll set that at a 92 for now. 92 is fine. And yeah, I think that wraps up Mackenzie Dern. We'll go ahead and move on to the next fighter on the list. All right, next up with Tom Aspinall. This dude is he's gonna get a solid buff just right off the bat. I'm not even gonna wait for it. We've got punch speed that's definitely got to go up from a 95. This dude should have had some of the fastest hands in the division from the jump. So that 95, we're gonna bump that up to a 98 +3 on that. Punch power 94, we'll bump that up to a 96 +2 on the punch power. Accuracy as well, I think that deserves a little bit of a buff. We'll go +1 on that 94 accuracy. And yeah, head movement looks decent enough. Footwork 94 looks good. Kick power, kick speed, all look solid. Chin looks good. All the other health stats look decent after that fight. Yeah, I think we'll keep it down to the punch speed, power, and accuracy for Tom Aspinall. I think that alone is going to make him a much more viable option in the division. We'll go ahead and move over to Sergey Pavlovich after that, and yeah, striking stats all look decent enough. I don't know if I would change anything. Sergey got hit by the faster guy. He got beat to the punch in the pocket. Footwork, if his footwork is higher, I would be nerfing that, but it's only at a 90. Already not too good, so I think I'll keep these where they're at. What I will change is that 96 chin. Even though Tom Aspinall hits like a truck, I think 96 is a little much for getting put down so quickly by Tom Aspinall. We'll drop that down to a 94. Still a good chin, just not quite the tank that he is in his current state. All right, that's it for the co-main fighters. We'll go ahead and move on to the main event guys now. All right, on to Alex Pereira now, the new light heavyweight champion. As for its striking stats at light heavyweight, I don't think I'm gonna buff really anything here. Everything he's got is already extremely high. I don't think it would be fair to nerf him after that fight in any particular area either. If head movement was higher than a 93, if blocking was higher than a 93, then maybe I would think about blocking that, but it's already not too high as it is, so I'll keep Alex Pereira's striking stats where they are. What I will change is I'm going to be buffing his bottom recovery for sure. 88 up to an 89. Yuri isn't exactly known for his insane top control, so I'm not going to be buffing it too much, but at the same time, he basically nullified any attempts that Yuri made at doing anything significant from the top position. So we'll bump that up to an 89 plus 1 on that. And I think that basically keeps Pereira in a good place. We'll go ahead and move on to Yuri now. So moving on to Yuri stats, I think he looks mostly pretty good, mostly decent. Punch power, punch speed, accuracy, the switch stance, all looks really good as they stand right now. Head movement still ridiculously good, footwork still ridiculously good, kick speed, kick power, all look solid. Wouldn't really change anything about these stats. Blocking, still low. When we move over to his grappling, 84 takedowns is definitely too low after that. I'm not going to be buffing it up too high. We'll go +3 on that to an 87, which is still a pretty low stat. It's not going to turn Yuri Prohaska into a offensive wrestler with an 87 takedown stat, so I think that's fair. And I'm on the fence about this one. I don't know whether or not to nerf his 96 chin. Yuri's shown in the past to have a really solid chin, but then again, he's been rocked in a couple of his other fights in the UFC already. Just got TKO'd by Alex Pereira, so we'll go -1 on his chin. Yuri's been known mostly for his recovery ability, so keeping that at a 96 where it's at, I think is decent. We'll go ahead and nerf that chin down to a 95 though, just a -1 minor nerf. And yeah, I think that basically wraps up everything from the stat changes. I wouldn't think any particular move levels off the top of my head that I would change. Actually, yes, I do. Tom Aspinall's right cross needs to go from a 4 to a 5-star 100%. That right cross from Tom Aspinall's been putting down people like they're nothing, so 5 stars on that. Alex Pereira's already got the 5-star left hook. That's fine. No other move levels that I can think of changing off the top of my head throughout the card. So we're gonna wrap up here. You guys let me know if you agree, disagree with any of the changes I made. Let me know if I missed anything in particular, any stat areas that I should have looked at that I passed over in this video. Let me know about that. And yeah, let me know if you want to keep this going or if the stat changes just aren't too interesting anymore. I'm definitely going to keep up with the normal recaps that we've been doing lately. The card breakdowns, let me know if you guys want me to cover this weekend's card, because it's not looking like the most stacked card on paper as of now. Until next time, you guys take it easy. I'll see you in the next video coming very soon.